Hi, I'm Chris Cotteral. I'm a senior lecturer at Monash University and the program director of Spatial Design.
Hi, my name is Gyungju. I'm a lecturer at Spatial Design at Monash.
Spatial designers consider how we conceptualize and design objects, spaces, and experiences at a range of scales. We work within architecture, urban design, performance and events, virtual environments, museums, and galleries. The Bachelor of Spatial Design at Monash places an emphasis on social issues and spatial advocacy and enables graduates to adapt and evolve as designers who can contribute positively in a rapidly changing world.
The design studio uses a student-centered active learning approach that aims to support the students' design and critical thinking skills. Students will develop their own design projects with the support of a range of practical activities to learn and demonstrate applications of skills and approaches. These studio classes are delivered as a working and learning sessions with staff and students working closely together.
And each studio project culminates in presentations to the rest of the studio group, as well as to the tutor and invited guests from professional practice as well. After completing the collaborative design studio in first semester of first year, there are then 4 more core studios in spatial design, as well as an elective studio in the second semester of second year. Each of these studios explore a particular thematic or a particular concept that's particularly important to spatial design practitioners. So in the second semester of first year, the studio is themed around inhabitation, and students do 2 projects of 6 weeks each. At the start of second year, the studio again has 2 6-week projects that explore ideas of temporality, change, and transformation. In the final year, the 2 studios are each a 12-week-long project that allow students to go into greater depth and prepare them for practice after graduation. In first semester, the projects are themed around ideas of social contexts, and in the second semester, students are asked to speculate on what the future of the spaces we live and work in might be like in 20 years' time. The first project in first semester in first year studio is called Out of Speech Colony, and students are given one of the Brighton bathing boxes and asked to transform and redesign this into a studio space and residence for a contemporary spatial practitioner. So here are 2 examples from this project. The first one by Chantal Shaw is a studio space for the artist and architect Thomas Saraceno, and Stretching the Limits by Catherine Russell creates a workspace for Ernesto Neto. The second project in the first year studio asks students to think about inhabitation from quite a different point of view. Students are given an indigenous creature to research and learn about, and then are asked to design a space for that creature to live within the urban context of Melbourne. A couple of examples from this: Opportunity by Nathan Shaw, where he's designing a space for the Rakali or indigenous water rat, and is looking at opportunities for how that creature can take advantage of things that are left behind in the city. And you can see a couple of examples here of what it might look like and feel like from the point of view of the water rat. Eva Shen's project translated the call of the Currawong into a sort of nesting structure that perches between 2 railway tracks in Richmond.
For second year studio, the first project for 6 weeks was Fleeting Space. This engages with notion of change as a key consideration for spatial practice. Students focused on the temporal aspect of space, ideas of atmosphere, and their connection to experience of change and transformation. Through a multiple iterative process of model making and collaboration, they develop spatial propositions that are experienced as dynamic and fleeting conditions. There are so many elements that produce or change atmosphere of a space. That might be people, objects, color, light, and events. For this unit, students worked with natural elements such as light, temperature, humidity, and water. Since we were in lockdown, each student's home became the site for experiments. And here are a few examples of how students explored the change of sunlight and air temperature throughout a day in each of their homes. After that, the next 6 weeks project is titled Transformer. This focuses on the design of temporary event space and the connection of design ideas, projects, and experiences to change and transformation. Students design a festival hub for the Human Rights, Arts and Film Festival using Hanson Hall at the State Library of Victoria as a site. Each design transforms between 2 states, a daytime cafe, lounge, and information points, and an evening bar and a film screening and event space.
One of the other strengths of the Bachelor of Design is the number of electives that are available to be taken. These are just some of the ones available in Spatial Design, but students can take electives from right across the university and across the entire Bachelor of Design degree. Some of these electives allow students to broaden their experiences as a designer, and others give them more specific technical skills that give them a more focused skill set. An example of one of these more focused approaches would be the Advanced Technologies electives. And this allows students to deepen their technical skills using advanced 3D modeling programs, visualization software, as well as connecting these processes to fabrication techniques such as 3D printing and CNC milling. An example of an elective that gives students a broader experience would be something like exhibition design. In this unit, students learn about the relationships between designers, curators, artists, and other people involved in the collection and display of artworks and objects. They analyze and evaluate a range of different strategies and develop their own proposal for an exhibition.
Second year is your time to explore. Maybe head to Monash, Italy, located near Florence, on a traveling studio tour, or go on exchange. There are 150 universities in more than 30 different countries to choose from. Past study tour in spatial design include to New York City and participate in the Festival of Transitional Architecture in Christchurch in New Zealand.
As well as Gyungju and I, we've got a number of other fantastic staff. Many of these are practicing architects and spatial designers from a range of backgrounds, including exhibition design, computational design, placemaking, environmental graphics, jewelry, a really wide range of things. On completing your undergraduate degree, there are a range of career opportunities available to you. Many of our graduates go into practice in architecture and interior design offices, but spatial design also opens the door to other possibilities, like being an event designer, designing for film, TV, or performance, as well as design for virtual environments. You might also choose to take further study. So an honours degree is a great way to specialise and position yourself as a specialist practitioner, but you might also look at doing a Masters of Architecture, and there's a 3-year pathway available to that, which would allow you to graduate with a Masters of Architecture. If you're interested in becoming a design researcher or design academic, you could undertake PhD study. Some of our recent graduates from Monash University include Daniela Basson. After completing her honours degree, she moved into a role as an interior architect at PTID in Melbourne, where she's been involved in the design of workplaces and headquarters for a number of large firms. Henry Pine has taken a more experimental route, where he's, on graduating, has been producing experimental graphics and moving image that have become used in festivals and as music videos. Dasha Tolochkov's practice has moved into performance and event design, looking at the kind of cult and culture around fashion. And she has produced performance events for Melbourne Fashion Week, among other things.
If you want to find out more, search keywords Monash Spatial Design. Follow #Monash Spatial and Monash Interior on Instagram.